kindergartners, it's Miss Smith, and today we're going to talk about some shapes. So on my whiteboard I drew some two-dimensional shapes, and that means they're flat. A circle, a triangle, a square, and a rectangle. All of these shapes are flat drawings on the whiteboard, just like you could draw on a piece of paper at home. Now on this piece of paper, I have some three-dimensional shapes, and for short we call them 3D shapes. The first one is a cube. You can tell it's 3D because it's sort of popping up off the paper. It looks like you could almost reach out and grab it. Cone, cylinder, sphere, and rectangular prism. We are going to search around the house for different objects that match these 3D shapes. The first object I found is a cube shape, this tissue box here. And if you just hold it like this, it looks like it's just a square. Really, it's a 3D shape that you can grab and turn in your hands. And if you count the sides, there are 6 flat sides, and they're all the same size. So we know that is a cube. On my paper, I'm going to put 1 tally mark here for my 1 cube shape. The next shape on my list is a cone, and this was a really tricky one for me to try to find in my house. And the closest I got was this lava lamp. So if we just look at the top part, it's sort of like a cone. It doesn't come to an exact point at the top. It's kind of flat on the top instead of pointy. But I think that's the best we're gonna do in this house. And you can see that if you pretend it's a point, it comes down and the base flares out, just like the picture here. So I'm going to take my crayon and make a tally mark for the cone shape. All right, my next 3D shape is a cylinder, and this one was a little bit easier for me to find objects for. So the first one is this box of tea, and you can see that it has a flat top, a flat bottom, and it's round all the way around the sides. And that's how we know it's a cylinder shape. So there's one. My second is this candle. It's flat on top, flat on the bottom, and round all on the sides. If you were to look at it like this, it looks just like a circle. But when you look at the whole object and turn it in your hand, you know it's a cylinder. And lastly, I have a little jar of Lysol wipes. And again, a flat circle on the top, flat circle on the bottom, and round on the side so you could roll it. So I'm going to put 3 tally marks on my page for the 3 cylindrical objects that I found. Our next 3D shape is a sphere, and a sphere is round everywhere. It has no edges, no sides, and your best example of a sphere is just any kind of ball you have around the house. I'm going to put 1 tally mark for sphere. Our last shape on the list is a rectangular prism. And so I have 2 books here that are good examples of a rectangular prism. If you look at it like this, it just looks like a rectangle shape. So it has a big rectangle shape on the top, a big rectangle shape on the bottom, but also 4 skinnier sides all the way around. So it has 6 sides all together, and from the top view it just looks like a rectangle. So these 2 books are a good example of that. I'm going to take my crayon and make 2 tally marks for rectangular prism. Thank you for helping me find shapes today, kindergarteners. I would love to see what kinds of 3D shapes you can find at home. Bye-bye.